Good morning. Thanks for starting off your Thursday with us. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Hernandez. So we woke up this morning to the smell of rain.
Oh, it was refreshing.
It did. It smelled really nice. But we've got our meteorologist Thomas Patrick here with us. So Thomas, are we getting more rain today?
Yeah, it looks like we will get some more rain. Still scattered variety showers and thunderstorms. So hit and miss as it usually is in the summertime. But that is what we'll be tracking, especially with Doppler radar all day long. But starting to get just a bit of a break in the action as of this morning. In fact, there's a little bit of some holes in the cloud cover over Spokane and Riverfront Park at the moment. Haven't seen any sun hit the ground just yet. Super cloudy, especially off towards our east. Current temperature at 57 degrees. Pretty humid out here with the dew point at 55. It's a good absolute measure of humidity in the atmosphere. Around here, 55 is pretty good. So you might even be smelling not only the recent rain, but actually just the humidity in the air out there. But a chance to dry out for a moment before the air recharges into another batch of showers and storms, probably not until this afternoon. Not looking at anything to be severe per se, but a more intense shower or thunderstorm will be possible, especially for northeastern Washington today. But one more batch of thunderstorms before we get to a drier extended forecast.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact from I-90 and US 2. Looking east right now, you could see traffic flows in both directions moving great as people head in and out of downtown Spokane. We'll keep a close eye on the traffic conditions all morning long. We'll look out at our cameras throughout the show. Here on Up with KREM, we do bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. A 6-year-old boy is still in a hospital this morning after being hit by a driver accused of driving under the influence on Tuesday night.
That driver is 69-year-old John Lassie. He allegedly hit a parked car in a driveway, then a child who was on the sidewalk. He then slammed into a house near Calvin Road and Wellesley Avenue. The child was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. As for Lassie, he admitted to drinking 4 or 5 beers, but said he hadn't had anything to drink for over an hour before the crash. His sobriety test, though, came back at .120. That's almost twice the legal limit. Officers arrested and booked Lassie into the Spokane County Jail for vehicular assault. His next court date is August 19th. Well, Mayor Lisa Brown signed a new law, the Complete Streets Ordinance. The goal is to make streets safer.
So this is an update to an existing law the City Council recently passed in a unanimous vote. The new law requires all street projects to comply with the city's pedestrian and bicycle safety plans, like wider sidewalks, pedestrian signals, and protected bike lanes. This would help increase accessibility and more connectivity throughout the city.
Actually got some great feedback about including a part where we make sure and maintain pedestrian passage when we're doing construction sites, so pedestrians, like I've had to do all my life, don't have to go an entire city block around a project.
Complete streets are not just a Spokane thing. Washington state lawmakers passed a Complete Streets Act back in 2011. The state law offers to help pay for streets projects, but only for jurisdictions that adopted a Complete Streets policy. Mayor Brown says this update makes Spokane a stronger contender for those grant funds.
The Department of Interior says they are taking back their approval of a huge wind power project planned for Idaho. It's the Lava Ridge Wind Project out in Twin Falls. The Secretary of the Interior says their initial approval was misguided and last minute. He said under President Trump, the agency would not support, quote, unreliable intermittent power sources that harm rural communities, end quote. Had the project gone through, it would have meant 200 windmills for the Twin Falls area. Idaho Representatives Mike Simpson and Senator Mike Crapo both said they support reversing the project.
Tracking wildfires this morning, the Lightning Creek fire near Hope, Idaho has now grown to more than 2,400 acres and it's 0% contained at this hour. Tomorrow, emergency crews plan to hold a community meeting on the fire. It's scheduled for 7 p.m. at Clark Fork High School. The fire started last week because of a lightning strike. There is a temporary flight restriction in place, and this includes using drones. Just in this past week alone, People's Park in Spokane has seen 2 separate fires. While the fires have been small in size, the Spokane Fire Department says they are all still very dangerous. Flames just need a little wind to do a lot of damage. The Spokane Fire Department says there have been more than 30 more fires from January to August within city limits compared to this time last year.
It makes me worried, like, how did that happen? When did it happen? I didn't hear about it if I was down here yesterday and now all of a sudden it's here. It is something that every day it's kind of like something new down here.
Fire officials want to remind the community if they see something to say something. Both fires are still under investigation as they look for a suspect.
The Bonner County EMS in Sandpoint added a safe haven baby box to their building. It gives women a completely anonymous way to surrender their baby. Our news partners at the Bonner County Daily Beat say this is Idaho's second baby box. It's at the EMS building off of Division. The box has climate control, so babies stay either warm or cool depending on the season. Here's how it works. When someone opens the box, a silent alarm gets triggered. Then a second alarm starts when somebody puts a baby in the box. Then, once they close the door, that box locks from the outside.
With less than 1 month until school returns, a community celebration will take place this weekend in East Central Spokane.
KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live there this morning. So Brandon, this is a huge event that has a pretty big impact on students every year. So what's going on there?
I mean, it is a massive event at this particular point. Good morning, Tim, Nicole. And it's an event that continues to grow year in and year out. So in 2023, they served over, or roughly about 1,400 students. Last year, they served more than 5,000 students, getting them prepared for a new school year ahead. And event organizers tell me all of this is because it helps ease that financial burden, that financial stress that some of these families are facing with back to school. I know a lot of us excited, especially as students. You get a chance to speak with your friends and see them once again after a long summer, but always in the back of your mind, you got to worry about how you're going to pay for all of these clothes, those school supplies. So again, that's what they are doing with this one. Last year alone, Sarah and the Way to Justice served over 5,000 kids. So things are boxed up, they're ready to go for this weekend. But along with the school supplies, there's going to be a bike raffle, food and other prizes, and a talent show. So we'll have more info about how you can sign up for that talent show over on our website.
It's about uplifting the community and really pouring into our youth.
You also get to just be with community and enjoy each other and celebrate the fact that, you know, these kids are going back to school and they'll have some of the, you know, necessary tools they need to be successful.
So again, it is a free event for the community, but a child must be present to receive the school supplies. It'll be 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. this Saturday right here at Underhill Park. Another opportunity to have a great weekend as those great weekends of summer are slowly starting to dwindle down with school not too far away. But for now, reporting live here in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Oh, it's such a great event. Our community really supports schools. And KREM 2 and our partners at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and Resort, Office Depot, and Communities in Schools work to provide essential supplies for local students through monetary donations collected throughout August. You can text the word schools to 509-448-2000 or stop by any Office Depot to donate.
Now, one thing school provides other than education is a reliable food source. Many schools even help kids who need food outside of school hours. But some kids who rely on those extras might not be getting that help. Second Harvest Bite to Go program is low on funds right now. Last year, they helped feed 12,500 kids in 250 schools across the inland Northwest. This year, they say they're about 300 kids short of that. The program is funded entirely by the community, so if you want to donate, you can go to the link at the bottom of your screen.
It's just about 6:10, and weather conditions today will feature another batch of some scattered showers and storms. And that's because we have a storm center that's going to be very close by towards the inland Northwest. Right now, it's quite visible on our water vapor imagery. This huge low pressure swirl right here. That's the storm center. It's basically over Vancouver Isle right now, and that's going to provide some of the energy and just the sustainability of some of these thunderstorms later on for the afternoon. I think they'll pop up at about 1 or 2 o'clock today. And it will once again be scattered, so some areas will get some heavy rain, maybe even some small hail in some cases. Other areas will be able to dodge the activity overall.